Well, this is a new one. Immigrants competing in challenges across the country to learn about American history, culture, and values with citizenship as the grand prize. That is the show that has been pitched to the Department of Homeland Security. It's already stirring debate, especially in the wake of strict immigration enforcement under the Trump administration. Take a listen to the show's producer, who's also worked on The Biggest Loser and Duck Dynasty. This is him explaining the vision behind The American, which is the name of that show.
Okay, I got to ask, how did you get this idea?
I'm an immigrant. I'm from Canada, and I got this idea 20 years ago when I was going through the immigration process myself. I learned about premium processing at the time. For an extra fee, you could get them to look at your file quicker. And I thought, why isn't that a show? I mean, and I actually pitched this show under President Obama to a woman by the name of Bobby Faye Ferguson, who was the Hollywood liaison to the Department of Homeland Security. She was very receptive to it, and actually said, look, Obama's second election is coming up in a few months. Give me a few months on this to see if he gets reelected. And then after he got reelected, it was, it's the new administration. Give me a few months to settle in. And then I sort of moved on with my life. Unfortunately, she passed away. I actually took it back under President Biden. I spoke with another person at DHS. They were very receptive. They said they're taking it to Alejandro Mayorkas. And about a week later, he became the first non-president in American history to be impeached. And I said, well, there goes that pitch. And then I was able to bring it back again. Both of those administrations, by the way, both Democrats were receptive to this.
Wait, you've already pitched it to the Trump administration?
I have, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so he says that he's already made this pitch. Okay, again, that was, of course, Rob Warsoff. And Warsoff says the goal of this program is to really encourage people to make all the stops at becoming an American and doing it the right way and sort of getting ahead of the long bureaucratic process and the bureaucracy that is associated therein, because it takes people so long to get citizenship. He says that they're going to celebrate American identity if this show actually happens and spotlight the journey of immigrants chasing a better life. And to be fair, in a country that's deeply divided on immigration, anything that gets people thinking, talking, and maybe even learning might be worth a closer look. But critics are not so sure. Take a look at these two discussing their thoughts on this.
Well, speaking of circuses, I've got one for you, okay? The Department of Homeland Security just confirmed, I can't even believe I'm saying this, Anna, they just confirmed they're in the early stages of vetting a potential reality show that would have immigrants competing for a fast track to citizenship. Producer Rob Warsoff, the mind behind Duck Dynasty, and God help me, apparently he also worked on the first season of The Biggest Loser, because I needed that to be attached to my resume. He approached the department about the idea, okay? And here's what he had to say.
I worked on the first season of The Biggest Loser. And
when so we've already seen what he had to say, so I'll spare you from watching that. We know exactly what he had to say. But immigration experts, along with advocates, they say that this concept sort of cheapens the path to citizenship, and that it's a serious, deeply personal process. And by turning it into a game show, that citizenship would then become about ratings or drama. And their argument is that it's about meeting legal requirements and swearing loyalty to the Constitution, and for many, making enormous sacrifices. Still, let's be honest, America has had its fair share of unconventional moments. We elected a reality TV star as president, and we live in an age where social media moves policy and headlines move faster than facts. So maybe the show, as wild as it sounds, is just a reflection of our times. But some are asking the question, if we can have shows about surviving in the wild or finding love in 30 days, why not a show about earning the right to call yourself an American? Now, for the record, this is just a pitch. DHS has not approved it, and despite headlines, Secretary Kristi Noem has no involvement, and DHS has made that very clear. She also did in recent days. So what is this really? Well, it's a TV idea. And like all good pitches, it's got people talking. So is the mission accomplished? Well, maybe. But let's not forget, the immigrant journey deserves respect. Now, turning it into primetime competition television may be good for TV, but real life is not scripted. For those who've waited years, paid thousands, and faced endless red tape, this might be viewed as more than entertainment. But if it's done right, it could educate, inspire, and give immigrants a platform to share their stories. It could be a powerful reminder of what citizenship should mean. So, love it or hate it, the American is a conversation starter. What do you think? Let me know below. Comment down and I'll share and read those, and we'll see exactly what you think of this. Is it a good idea or a horrible one? I don't know. We'll see what happens. But thanks for watching. I'll be sure to see you soon, and I'll be sure to look out for those comments down below. We'll see you soon next time.